so I figured if you try to lose your mind, then you can think outside that box. I talk about this girl, but it's really my own demon. That's what it takes. She tells me that old bands are better. That's what I put into every song on the record, you know, and then make something in the studio. Abstract, you know. At any time when you're done with the record or whatever, it has to mean something.
Skin's turning green, eyes are turning yellow. The doctor stays rich because I'm a sickly fellow. Got the hypochondriac blues. I need your medicine to soothe. Creams and pills that got nothing on you. Well, call me the doctor and give me the cure.
I never really stopped to think, okay, well, I'm done with this record. I'm going to record the next record. Songs are still coming from the same place in a sense. It's kind of like I have the songs and it never really ends. The lines between records kind of blur. So this record too, it's kind of an interesting thing when you look back when I look back now from finishing the record to like the first song that I wrote for the record and seeing how much of a different perspective I have on today as opposed to 2 years ago when I wrote the first song for this record, you know? Every time I write a song, I find out more about myself, actually, you know what I mean? And I realize the things that I like and the things that I don't like. That's the kind of thing when I listen to songs that I pick up on too, you know? You listen to songs because you like the melody or you like what they're saying, or maybe you don't like what they're saying, maybe because it offends you or it reminds you of things that you don't want to be reminded of, you know what I mean? A lot of times those are the hardest things to say, you know? They're the hardest things to think because you don't want to think about those things. You want to block those things out.
Well, I don't believe everything I see. And if you don't like the movie, then quit at me. But please come down from that cloud you're sitting on. I don't expect you to admit that you were wrong. I just want to know how you feel.
We'd done a bunch of rehearsals and things, and I started thinking to myself, man, we got to get just everyone together, and we rehearsed in a rehearsal studio, but it was just kind of like, we need to get everyone just like together on the same page in like a place where, you know, no one has to think about the outside world, and you can just wake up, play some more songs, listen back to them, see what you like, see what you don't like, and be able to be spontaneous with it, because if we're all there, it's like when the ideas come, we can just be like, get it, you know what I mean? So that's what we did. The spot was this cabin up in Arrowhead that my friend Adam Marin, who played piano on the record, I'd been talking to him when he came down and started working on some of the songs, and he said that they'd rented the place as well, and he said how much of a great experience it was. And so I figured, you know, why not? Let's do it. So we went up there and had some wine and played all the songs over and over and over until it felt right, and until, you know, we'd catch little things and be like, hey, let's try that, let's try this, let's try that different, you know, and then until it came out the way we wanted.
If I wait long enough, someone might come out. If I tried, I could be somebody else.
You know, the essence of who Matt is as an artist is really just a guy who's sitting and playing the acoustic guitar and singing. I mean, he's kind of a folk artist, really, is where he comes from. It's so fun when he's assembled a band of great musicians, and it's so easy to lean on that and arrange every song for the band. And I wanted to make sure that the record was kind of evenly split between band songs and more stripped down acoustic songs. So it kind of shows, hopefully, every side of you know, who Matt is.
Well, I met Tom a long time ago. It was maybe like 4 or 5 years ago now. And I just started going to his house and recording songs because I'd been recording songs at my house. And he'd asked if I'd had any more and if I wanted to record some, so we did, and then we started becoming good friends, and we recorded 2 EPs, and we recorded the last record. It's cool because, you know, we both bring something different, you know, but in the end we always kind of have the same idea of how it should turn out. So it's always just really fun. You know, it's one thing to trust trust anyone with your songs, because they're part of who you are. So I really trust his input on the songs, and so that's the main reason why I wanted to do this record with him as well, because the last record was such a good experience, and this record's been a great experience too.
The last record kind of unfolded like over, it really, I don't know how long it ended up taking. It was well over a year, but it was because we didn't know we were making a record. We were just recording songs, and then after a couple songs we decided to make a 5-song EP, and then it just we just kept recording. And now this record's totally different in the sense that he put that record out and went on the road for a year and a half. After the record came out, he put together a band and went around the States a number of times in a Winnebago, and went to Europe 3 times, I think, and had that completely separate experience of being a performer and being, just being on the road and seeing the country and seeing the world and performing every night. In February, when that tour basically finished, I started talking to him about making the record. I kind of thought it would take him 6 months or a year to write and get a bunch of stuff ready to go. Right away, I said, why don't you come to my house and let's record. I'll just put one mic in front of you and you just sing all the songs you have written since the last one. And we ended up, he had like 20 songs, and it instantly made me realize, we don't need to wait 6 months for you to write songs. You've already got plenty of great songs. Let's do this. I felt like the best thing for him to do would just be to get in the studio and just document these new songs he's got and put them out and get on the road, and not think of it so much in that kind of mainstream major label world of making records, but think of it like it used to be in the 60s and 70s, where it all happened much more quickly and without overthinking it. I'm so glad he's with a label like Brushfire, because I would hate to see him be in that major label machine. I just don't think he's that kind of artist. The point of his writing is because he's a great songwriter, and he's a real musician, and there's that honesty.
I didn't really feel professional. I didn't really feel like a real musician until I saw this. See these? These are my songs written out on music paper. Actually, I don't think the paper itself, now it's music paper. So the writing itself makes it music paper. But anyways, it's got all the notes to my songs, and it's cool to see it like that.
Oh, Mr. Pitt, oh, Mr. Pitt, Mr. Pitiful, who let you down? Who let you down? Who let you down? You still don't believe.
So now to think too about bringing all these songs on the road, and being able to sing them every night. They already hold a lot of memories to me, like from being up in Arrowhead or spending time here in the studio and doing them, and they're going to be my closest friends for the next year and a half or a year, or however long I'm going to be out there on the road.
Just wanna know how you feel. It don't make me feel bad that we're still friends. Rolling it over in my bed. I hope that you see through your picket. I hope that you see through your big yard and white picket fence. When your soapbox on